Sidewalk.
Yeah, they're pretty. What are you gonna put there?
Sidewalk.
Why not some lights or something? They're pretty.
You know, I've got a
Or
prototype
bushes or something.
I'm
Put
doing it
something
right now.
nice there.
of a planter.
Sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Planter in
Pretty.
a garbage can.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
They came from California originally, and then a guy in Fairhope, Alabama, Public Works, put them out. And they're wood, they got a door on the front so you can slide the garbage can out. Feed them from the sides, and the top is a planter. And they're really nice. And like I say, I've got a prototype built. I've had it for 10 years, but I never brought it out.
Something pretty.
Well, we did the hanging flowers last year, and we're gonna redo that, we're gonna do that again this year. I'm assuming.
We want to turn them so they're out.
Yes, yes, exactly,
I'll take a tree.
exactly.
Stick in my yard. My husband would be happy with. Another tree.
Yeah, if you want.
Awesome.
Is there any opportunity, 100 years ago, there used to be like a matching program for trees with residents, as long as they put them in the front yard? Is there any opportunity to do that this year? Is that not budgeted?
We talked about it a little bit. One of the things we're trying to do, we're talking between 30 and 60 trees, and to have impact of, we've got a tree program, we're trying to focus them in a compact area.
When the meeting's over, you can turn it off,
Okay.
and then when the next meeting comes on, you have to turn it back on again. Mike, if I didn't tell you, Mike would be mad.
So the only thing about that is that,
You dilute that program to have that one.
if you take 30 trees and disperse them all over town, you've got no impact of a program.
Got it.
I'd like to see that in addition to our program, you know, our 30 to 60, and then if people, and I think maybe if we put the word out to people that these trees are available, you know, we don't know when we're gonna get to your neighborhood or wherever, and we can pass the pricing along, because Steve Thillen told me he'd sell us trees for wholesale price, which like $250 tree is like $170, which is more of a top end. If people would pay that, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Good tree.
put two
yeah.
trees in your parkway for $340 and change the whole appearance of your property. You know, and we could pick them up and drop them off at their
I was
house.
just saying, do you think the village could deliver them?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Okay, not dig the hole, I'm just saying, just get them there. Okay.
And digging the hole's no big deal. I think I told you before. Adam and I planted 2 parkway trees last year. 40 minutes
Just have to remind everybody to
off the
call
truck
Julie.
to walk away. And I had to leave twice, once for a phone call and once to go get something. And so if somebody wants
Yes,
to
we can
spend-
get trees for residents at a reduced price, why not offer it?
Yep.
Just remind them to call Julie before digging.
Yeah.
Please.
Is it THOLANDS?
THOLENS.
Is there 2 ends?
THOLENS.
Oh,
Tholens.
That's about it, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, no, we did talk about street work on, and Bob thought Crawford Avenue from the tracks going west is pretty nasty. And that would be curbs and street. But he's exploring that class.
I saw where they were putting up some of the poles finally out on Route 50 today for the,
There's a couple that are kind of close to sewers, so Jim was making sure they had poked through sewers. Yeah. That would have been bad. They have to fix it, yeah, but still. Yeah, so,
Nobody needs that.
but Jim was over there observing, so, making sure that they were doing what they're supposed to do.
Do we have a skidster in our equipment?
I believe we do.
Thullen was also telling me, because last year we paid $100 a pop to plant those trees, and I was suggesting we just get a couple of our young guys and dig them. I mean, it's not a big deal. But he said if you've got a skidster, you can buy a head and a bit for about $3,000, and he says you can bore those holes in 30 seconds. And then you can change the head on it, so if you want to put in street signs or stop
but
signs.
see, that was my question, what did we use to put in the street signs?
I don't know the answer to that.
Because we gotta have something, because
Because
We put in all
I
the
think they
street
use,
signs.
then they use the front end of the bucket on the front loader just to pound it down in.
No,
They have an
they're in
auger?
concrete.
Yeah, they're in concrete.
Oh,
They use those round forms, and then,
I don't know.
That's something you're gonna have to ask
yeah.
Bob about when you have your meeting.
They have like an auger, doing like a pull down in it, but still that's even.
My point
What he's
being on
talking
that,
about
though-
is easier, because you can just suck it out.
If you've got that machine, 1 year would pay for the whole operation.
Mhm.
If you paid $100 pop, 30 trees is $3,000, and you can use it for multiple projects, hole digging, and you're good forever.
I know on the agenda for the regular meeting, we've got the chamber, for the 2-day thing they're looking at doing. Have you been part of those meetings?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were gone last year when they had that.
Yeah, we were, yeah.
I was up here every day volunteering, either selling tickets or eating the food or whatever, and people really, really, really liked it, positive comments, and there were no issues. I mean, everything was very,
Well, Chief and I have had a few conversations, and, I mean, to me, it sounded like the issues that were had were from we allowed the bars to have their little outside seating in the front, and his recommendation is definitely, not that this year.
yeah, I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I personally think that what I would like to see is, I see where they're gonna do a tent again. Let them do that, I mean, no open carry, and if a bar has an established beer garden, they can use it, I mean, it's in the back, but, not in the front. I would be opposed to
I always
that.
looked at places like Mantino and Frankfurt to see what they do, and all of theirs had them outside, right in the front. Kind of like a,
But to me,
Open air
but to
cafe.
me, they're defeating the purpose of the fundraiser of their beer tent, if they're.
well, there was some discussion on that because the profits might have been distributed disproportionately, and they were going to address that this year. I don't know what they came up with, but,
Were there issues?
well, the issue is the bar was making a lot of the money.
I meant from the
No,
chief's point
well,
of
They
view.
were undercutting the price.
Well, but from my understanding, I don't know if there were specific issues, but he would prefer not to have that.
Hmm.
That was his recommendation.
Just have
The
to do
advantage of
that.
it, though, is you get more people out on the street,
Mhm.
as opposed to inside the taverns.
I was there every day. I never saw you.
Or in the beer garden.
Right, but I think the other complaint that we heard,
Okay.
was the people that were standing out front there in those little encapsulated areas.
Could hear the
The s-
music.
Well, the smoking was the other problem.
Okay.
Okay.
How was that a problem?
For the people that were in the businesses next to them,
I can only think of one.
but again, I would personally prefer to limit that.
They
To
can
us-
come out back.
Yeah, I
Have
mean,
their out
well,
back
they have,
spaces.
Game On has their established, approved outdoor beer garden,
And Legion is.
and the Legion's got their little side thing. And, do the chamber, they've got their application for their 1 day and their tent, and leave it at that. And we'll talk about it in the regular meeting too, but they've got an 11 o'clock stop time on there. I would much prefer see a 10 o'clock stop time, because you do have people that live, down in that area.
I don't know what standard.
We've always kind of pushed that 10 o'clock.
Do it?
Yeah. For the other, like the car show and, everything else that's happened downtown. But if you shut it down at 10, then by 11, everybody's,
Out of there and cleaned
Pretty-
up.
yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
but we'll talk about that in the regular meeting. That's just my thoughts on that. Since we have some time to talk.
That was the Queen of Hearts thing, though.
They've had 2 drawings so far, and what is it, I think it's
It
17.
was 14 last week,
Yeah.
17 this week.
Yeah.
Peter's been, I guess, promoting it out on his electronic sign.
Yeah, he is.
They got
They
a
put
little,
signs up too.
Yeah.
they got a little one in the corner up there,
Yeah.
but there's too much words and too small a lettering, because I've gone by it at 5 miles an hour about 6 times, and I can't read it. I mean, it needs to be, you need something to show how much that drawing is.
Right.
That, you know, throw the bait
Well,
on.
maybe as it grows or whatever, they'll.
But they had a pretty good crowd in there.
We got Wayne in the audience here. Did you have anything you want to add, or questions, or thoughts, or?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else for the committee of the whole?
What's going on with the old Harms building?
Bright yellow. Isn't that the one that's bright yellow?
No, it's actually the gray building, right on the corner,
Yeah.
the wooden one, and then the orange building is part of that
Okay.
property.
Were they doing something inside?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay.
It's just sitting there, you know, it's got a dirt floor in it, there's no floor in it.
Okay.
There's just 2 guys holding up the walls, and it just,
Where the Mexican-Italian restaurant was supposed to go.
yeah.
I remember that.
I think
There's nobody living in those apartments, is there?
That was it. No, it's only one
I don't
apartment.
know.
Well, you guys had forbade that on your special use.
Well, there is an apartment in the block portion.
Okay,
There was none in the other.
Okay.
They wanted to put apartment above the Harms building.
yeah.
And I talked to, I don't know if you know Bob Robinson, I worked there for eons. I said, Bob, how big is that up there? He said, if you stand dead center, you can touch the roof line on both sides. That was not gonna be an apartment, that was gonna be a dormitory, I think. But the apartment upstairs on that block building is pretty nice. Lloyd Bate lived.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's where the Bates lived for years.
It's a pretty solid structure. And then the equipment place out on the highway, I was talking to Marcy about that. I mean, are they selling stuff? If they are selling stuff, are we reaping the sales tax benefits? She didn't know.
My understanding was that's a service facility.
And if they are, they're business to business, so they probably all exempt from sales tax. They'll probably sell it to a business to resell it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they wouldn't sell it to an end user,
I,
like a contractor?
I can't say 100% correctly that that's the case, but from what my understanding was, is that they were selling it to distributors who then sell it down the chain, you know, to winds up with the consumer.
That's big, expensive equipment, man.
It is.
That would be huge revenue if we were,
I'm glad they filled the space.
yeah. They must be leasing it.
They are. They put a nice sign up there though, and,
Hmm?
so.
Are they staying in both locations? Because aren't they right here by the railroad?
Well, they said they were gonna get out of here, but they haven't yet.
Yeah.
Well, they'd all but cleared out of here. I was there the day they were,
Yeah,
And-
and they got
Now
like
they have
smaller
equipment.
equipment in there now, so.
yeah. Because before it was predominantly forklift trucks.
Mhm, yes.
That was about it.
They just unloaded a bunch of them the other day, the truck was out here. They were unloading some more forklifts.
Well, good, we're happy to have them.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than a vacant building. I know it's still for sale, but I don't think anything's happened with it.
Have you heard anything from Adam Baumgartner on his progress out there?
I talked to him a couple weeks ago, and I think he's waiting on the state right now.
Hmm.
But it should be, in the next, I think he said a month or so.
I got a copy of the lease from CN. So we'll have that, the parking area, this area here and all that area down there where the building is, the white building where we store equipment. We'll have all that under contract again. And we were not behind, by the way. They figured that
Right.
out too. So. And then we'll probably have use of that little building over here. I don't know what, cross street. I don't know what we want to do with it, but
Depot?
The depot.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
train station.
it's So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna execute that and send it, well, you executed
Yeah,
it
I
today.
signed it today.
And send it back to them.
What are you thinking about doing with the depot?
Well, we're not, but they've just offered it, you know, if we wanted to use it for some.
Oh, the railroad?
Could we use it for maybe like a little museum or something? Like a little Peotone museum? I know Manhattan has something
Mhm.
like that in their old Village Hall building.
Something to think about.
Be kind of cool,
Yeah.
all the old pictures and stuff.
It's kind of cute in there. I think I did a lot of work.
Yeah.
They did a lot of work
They
in
did.
there.
The real estate taxes on that have been a mess forever.
Well, the building is not, the property is owned by the railroad, the building is owned by another individual. The other individual gave it to the railroad. Railroad don't want it.
No, and I don't think they were getting their lease money on that property,
I'm not real sure.
on the land either, because that's why those people pulled out. They
Yeah, I'm not real sure.
were looking at, the railroad before hadn't paid any,
Mhm.
and it was just,
Talking to CN and getting something done is like carving a new face on Mount Rushmore, until they want something. And then they're calling you 9 times a day. It's unbelievable.
I always wondered if we just never paid the lease, what would they do?
Nothing, probably. I mean, he called because there was an inquiry on the white building. That's why he even wound up in calling and
Oh.
saying that, you know, do we want to stay, keep using it and things like that.
it used to be pretty good. The fellow that was in charge of all the leases between Chicago and New Orleans lived up on Egyptian Trail.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This kid's out of Homewood, so
Really nice
it's not like
guy.
he's far away.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anything else for the committee of the whole? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the committee of the whole.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by trustee Jones, seconded by trustee Maravka.
Jones.
Yes.
Marevka.
Yes.
And Bowden.
Yes.
And President Cross.
Yes. Meeting is adjourned. We will reconvene at 7 o'clock for the regular village board meeting.
Is Ken not gonna be here tonight?